Hello, my name is J. Stuart Gradle, although my clients and friends call me Jerry. If you're tuning into this video, I assume it's because you're interested in starting a business or involved in a business right now. We deal a great deal with startup companies, whether they're LLCs or incorporated or whatever form they take, partnerships. Rules for the road, or rules you can use, are this. It's very important with a new company to have, if it's a corporation, you need a shareholders agreement if there's more than one person that owns it. If it's an LLC with more than one owner, they should have an operating agreement. Now, most companies, when they first start out, they want to get busy. They want to set up their websites. They want to sell their product. They want to start to make money, and that's understandable. However, if there's a problem later on, any kind of dispute, the first thing an attorney is going to say is, let me see the operating agreement, or let me see the shareholders agreement. These agreements are very important because they dictate the terms of the relationship. They dictate, for instance, who's going to be the manager, who's going to be the president, who's going to be responsible for sales. Oftentimes what happens, a business is working fine and one partner decides they want to, or one owner decides they want to leave, or they pass away. The first thing that happens is, well, what does the operating agreement say about that? What if a manager, owner becomes disabled? Is he or she still going to collect a paycheck? Who's going to take over their responsibilities? Those are all dictated by the terms of the operating agreement. It's if you have a situation where there's no operating agreement and one of the partners or one of the owners passes away, the remaining partners now have a new owner or a new partner, which is the estate of the partner who died. And it may not be a person who's wants to work the business or knows anything about the business, since they weren't the original partner. Again, a operating agreement or shareholders agreement will dictate what happens in that kind of circumstance. So even though it's an expense when you're starting up a company and it doesn't generate you any income, it's very important in the future. We're currently involved in a number of lawsuits involving both LLCs and incorporated businesses. One's actually on the stock exchange, the National Corporation, where one of the issues deals with the terms of their operating agreement. So we have quite a bit of experience in dealing with these types of matters. We just resolved, short of a trial, another problem, again, created with a business relationship between two doctors who have set up various practices and whatnot, and again had operating agreements, but we had to resolve a dispute regarding interpretation, because sometimes the operating agreements are not as complete as you would like them to be. And those are operating agreements that we did not prepare. They were prepared by other attorneys. Lastly, it's very important when you start up and you're discussing the relationship between you, between the owners or employees, it's important to keep records. Those records may become very helpful later on if there's a dispute. If there's a discussion on an email or a text or a letter or any kind of correspondence, or even recordings that say, yeah, you're going to be responsible for this and I'm going to do that, if it becomes a dispute later on, you can always reflect back on those records. So it is also important to keep those records. I know for startup companies it's a pain in the neck because it doesn't generate any income, doesn't generate any customers or clients, but it's important in the long haul, or maybe important in the long haul in the event there's ever a dispute. So if you're starting up a company or you're involved with a company and you have some kind of commercial dispute, we deal with this constantly, almost on a daily basis, so please feel free to call us at any time for an initial free consultation. Thank you very much.